I joke around a lot, and that's my personality, but this video is different. Everything in this video is 100% real that I'm going to talk about. It actually happened, and I'm not joking around.
We're just escorting
Wait, what's the completely different one?
No, it's the same
Or
case.
they're both tax evasion.
Yeah, it's...
Jay, how much cash do you have on you?
I got an empty gum pack. I got 25, 30,
Oh my gosh.
$36.
We don't have any money to bail Cody out. He's gonna be in there for like 5 months.
You've reached the offices of Saul Goodman and Associates. Your one-stop shop for Better Call Saul.
Not sure how much his bail is, but hopefully this is enough.
That was brutal.
Popular YouTuber Cody Detweiler, aka Whislin Diesel, was arrested last week on apparent tax evasion over a Ferrari that he purchased and registered in the state of Montana. Now, the state of Tennessee is saying that they owe him money for sales tax on said vehicle that he never registered in Tennessee, even though he rarely had the vehicle even in Tennessee. Now, he has property in Tennessee and he blew the car up in Texas. It is now rubble, and they came to his shop out of nowhere and arrested him.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's me. Like hands in your pocket. Yep. Is there a reason why?
Is this a joke?
And after a very long week, we finally have Cody coming out and spilling the beans on exactly what happened and who he suspects may be behind all of this.
A lot of people think Ferrari's mad over this. I think they are. I don't think they would go to that length to try to but maybe. I wouldn't put it past them. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. I'm dying to know who decided that this was worth the time and resources. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them.
So listen, guys, let's just talk about the implications of this. Number one, it is legal for somebody to register their vehicle in Montana and then have it anywhere else in the country, drive it. But most states do require that if you have a vehicle a certain amount of time in that state, you then have to register it there. Most are typically anywhere from 30 to 90 days. I don't know the specifics in Tennessee, but I'm assuming that they're somewhere within that time frame. And what they're trying to say is that because Cody had the car at some point in Tennessee, they suspect he had it over that threshold, therefore he should have registered it, and if he would have registered it, as he says, it would have cost 30 grand. Now, Cody did never do that because his entire intention with this vehicle was to purchase it in order to destroy it for YouTube video content. Therefore, why would he pay more money to register a vehicle in a state that he has no intention of keeping the car in and utilizing on any day-to-day basis, or let alone for a long period of time? I, for one, believe that this is complete and utter government overreach. This is a state that is being ultra petty in regards to this issue because everybody knows that that car is now in a jar because that's pretty much all that's left with it after he had his fun with it. And there is suspicion out there of who would have pressed this against him. Well, we do know that Ferrari as a company is very anti making any type of social media content with their vehicles, especially if it puts their vehicles in a bad light. They are a very stuck-up company, according to people that have dealt with them. Many people, even rich and wealthy, powerful people, refuse to even own a Ferrari, like the one and only car guru himself, Jay Leno. Jay Leno is on record of saying why he doesn't own a Ferrari in his collection, multi-million-dollar collection of vehicles, is because of the way that Ferrari treats you when you go to the dealership, and he, for one, is not going to put up with that. They're very arrogant, they're very obnoxious, and they basically belittle you for even trying to purchase one of their cars. This is why Ferraris go for so much, because they artificially inflate the value of it by acting in such an ignorant manner. But it's a double-edged sword. Because they act in such an ignorant manner, a lot of people don't even want to deal with Ferrari. Now, the fact that he was able to get this Ferrari, and I believe he got it secondhand, basically goes to show that there is a company that would have a grudge against him for showing their vehicle in such a negative light of blowing it up. Now, he's very careful to say And I'm sure his attorneys advised him, I'm sure they spoke about this before they even got into the video, of not directly blaming Ferrari for this. He basically says that they may have had a motive to do it, but he doesn't directly say that they did it. And I think that this is very smart because you don't want Ferrari now coming after you and trying to sue you for defamation or libel. But I think that it's very likely that somebody within Ferrari would have contacted the state and said, hey, this guy registered this Ferrari in Montana and he's using it in Tennessee illegally, as a way to get back at this young man for doing something that Ferrari hates. And that is social media posts showing a Ferrari in any kind of derogatory term. But I don't want to get sued by Ferrari, so let me give you this disclaimer that I'm not saying Ferrari did this. I'm just saying what he's saying, which is who had the most benefit out of trying to cause this issue for him. But here's the deal, and this is why he is one of my favorite all-time YouTubers in the car market, because of the fact that not only is he super entertaining and fun to watch, it's a great time to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes watching his videos and destroying things and having a good time. It reminds me when I was young and I used to like to do stuff like that. But also because he's a no-nonsense kid and he's not going to take this laying down. As he says, he's going to fight this all the way through, not for himself, but for everybody else that the government overreaches. Because at any time, the Tennessee Tax Board could have reached out to him and said, hey, we believe that you're in violation of not paying taxes on a vehicle that you have in our state. You need to prove that it's not in the state or hasn't been in the state X amount of days, or you need to pay these bills. And they didn't do that. Instead, they just sent the police to his property to arrest him with like 10 cops, as though this dude is Osama bin Laden or something. And that, in and of itself, is enough to make me believe that somebody else is behind it. It's also enough to make Whislin Diesel believe that there's somebody else behind it. And as he mentioned, he's trying to start a family with his fiance, who happens to be a Russian. And in order for her to come over here, he can't have some criminal thing against him. It's going to mess with that immigration. So he's now taking this not only personally, but he's fighting for every single person out there that has had the government overreach for absolutely no reason. Like he says, there's pedos out there. There's real criminals and drug lords and cartels that the government could be going after. Not some 28-year-old YouTuber who has a lot of fun destroying vehicles. That's all I got for you guys today, but subscribe for more content just like this. And for real journalism, go and check out our Substack, The Daily Rumble. Link is in the description.